Let me tell you about the moment I almost left nursing. I had just graduated, I had the degree, I passed my NCLEX, I had the scrubs. What I didn't have was the roadmap. No one told me what to do when my patient coded and my preceptor wasn't there. No one told me how to survive a 12-hour shift in the CVICU when everything hits all at once. No one told me that the hardest part of nursing school was actually what came after it. I stayed after my first year of nursing, but 40% of new nurses don't. And this is not because they lack the ability, it's because no one has given them the roadmap either. My name is Kiera Peoples. I'm a registered nurse with a master's in healthcare administration. I have worked in CVICU, medical surgical units, and long term care, and plenty of other units as well. I am now the founder of Nurse Unlocked, the program that gives new nurses the roadmap they have never had, the one they needs them, and we activate new nurses into clarity, competency, and critical thinking. Here's what we know about the nursing transition crisis right now. 40% of new nurses are leaving the bedside within their first year. It costs hospitals up to $52,000 to replace a single nurse. 76,000 of new graduates report feeling unprepared for the real clinical environments. And these are not just statistics. These are real life people, ones that you probably know yourself. These are talented, educated, committed people who have walked into their first shift and felt completely alone. Here's what makes this worse. Every existing training program targets nursing students or seasoned nurses who have been in the field for years, but no program is targeting the gap until now. That 6 to 12 month window between graduation and clinical confidence, this is the exact moments when new nurses are the most vulnerable, most overwhelmed, and most likely to quit. This is where Nurse Unlocked lives. Nurse Unlocked is not a course. It is not a workshop. It is not a checklist. This is a complete transition to practice system built by a real nurse for nurses, designed for the exact moment between graduation and confident clinical practice. We include clinical reasoning frameworks so nurses know how to think under pressure and not just know what to do. Because without the framework, without repetition, and without clarity, how will nurses be able to think under pressure when real life situations demand it? We give scenario based learning, realistic cases modeled after the real units of CVICU, med surg, and long term care situations. We have preceptor coaching guides so the mentors are now walking along the new nurses and they're equipped to lead them well. Just because you're a nurse does not mean that you're actually equipped to now lead and teach new nurses, so we have to give them the framework as well. We give orientation support materials, which are structured onboarding that removes the guesswork from new nurses, and also bedside reference tools. We have real world decision aids where nurses can actually use these on the floor and refer to after the day when they debrief. I built what I needed. As a new nurse, I had no one to depend on. I had no framework. I looked for each book. I looked for a book to give me what I needed as a new nurse, and there was none. So I built the system. And I spent the last few years refining it, testing it, and preparing it to bring it to scale. With this grant funding, Nurse Unlocked will launch a structured 3-month pilot program across 3 healthcare institutions, enrolling 100 new nurses. We will measure everything from nurse confidence tracked at 30, 60, and 90 days, clinical reasoning performance through scenario assessment scores, the retention compared against each institutional's baseline, preceptor effectiveness through coaching quality service surveys. This pilot is designed to generate the evidence that will allow Nurse Unlocked to scale nationally and eventually become the global standard for new nurse readiness. We are not just helping nurses survive the first year. We want to teach the nurse as the person, the holistic aspect of the nurse, from the bedside to their personal life. We want to make sure that they are satisfied in their position and they're able to scale their individual careers. We are transforming how healthcare systems onboard their most valuable asset. Nurse Unlocked is asking for funding to be the solution for new nurses. Those funds will directly go towards building out the full Nurse Unlocked system, curriculum development, high fidelity simulation scenarios, our digital platform and bedside tools, the pilot program coordination and program evaluation. Every dollar is accounted for, every allocation has a purpose. The nursing workforce crisis is not new, but the solution has been missing. We keep trying to fix retention after nurses leave. Nurse Unlocked intervenes before they do. If we fund the gap, we fund the solution. We'll fund Nurse Unlocked. Now, every nurse who has ever stood at the nurse's station at 2 a.m., heart pounding, wondering if they're enough, they were enough. They just needed a roadmap. Nurse Unlocked is that roadmap. I am Kiera Peoples, MHA, BSN, RN, the founder of Nurse Unlocked. Thank you for the opportunity to close this gap together.